At the outset, I would like to offer my loving Sashtanga Pranam to Revered Gautamananda Maharaj, and my pranams to 3 senior Swamis who are here, and my love and affection to all my monastics brothers, and also my loving namaskars to all the children of Sri Ramakrishna assembled here. Just now we heard a brilliant talk by Swami Atma Priyananji, who introduced to us the types of dana. One of the dana that he mentioned was prana dana. That was the second dana category after the anna dana. So I would like to say a few words on the health services of the Ramakrishna Mission. I would like to take you nearly 123 years before, in 1900, to a place which is very well known to all of us. Among the holy pilgrimage places related to Lord Shiva, the premier place is taken by one place which is called Varanasi or Kashi. You know that. I am going to take you to the Kashi lanes and by lanes. If you had gone to Kashi, you would all remember. Of course, today morning, Atma Sardhananji, who is here in the stage, he was explaining to me that Kashi is no more, he said. Presently, the Kashi has completely taken a new form, and he was inviting me to visit that the Kashi. So, whatever it is, in 1900, the modernity has not come in. And in the lanes and by lanes, many people walk to the bathing ghat. That is, people used to love Ganges, they revere Ganges. So they go to Ganga Nadi and take bath and then go to Shiva's place and bow down to him, and then they start their morning activities. So one such young man was walking past by a small lane, and hundreds of people are walking there. Strange that nobody heard a feeble groaning sound by some human being. Nobody heard, nobody cared. But this boy who was walking through that street, he stopped for a moment. He heard the sound. Somebody is very, very mildly, like that they're groaning. And he was surprised. So he went there, and in the side of the gully, one old lady is lying there. And he went near to her and asked, "Mother, what has happened to you?" She said, 4 days I have not eaten. I can't speak to you. He immediately lifted that old lady by his own hands and brought to his room where he stays. On the veranda he kept her. And he ran to that bathing ghat. And then one gentleman who seemed to be a rich man, he went and asked for some money. And that man gave him 4 annas in those days, 4 annas. And he took the 4 annas, purchased some food and brought to this lady and fed her with his own hands. And the lady, little she got some type of prana. That means she was able to talk to him more. And he took her to one place and kept her, made her all the arrangement, and then she became all right. This was the turning point in the life of this boy, Jami Niranjan, his name was. That young boy was part of a group of youth in Kashi who were inspired by the teachings of Swami Vivekananda. They have heard about Swami Vivekananda, they have not seen, and they were very much inspired. So they wanted to do something to the society which is in a very, very bad shape. Imagine 100 years before, our India was not like this. When you read history, you understand that in 1900, and the people were suffering. Before that also there was a very great panjam, as we say, it was there, where hundreds and thousands of people died. There are so many calamities had happened in India. It was not, British rule was not always, everything was fine like that, you can't say. Lots and lots of difficulties were there for the people of India. And this boy had one leader. His name was Charu Chandra. Charu Chandra later became a monk of the Ramakrishna order, Swami Shubhananda. Charu Chandra used to guide them, go to places, different places, find people are there who are suffering, bring them, give them some type of relief, and that is what they started doing. And when he started this, he never knew that it was going to develop in such a beautiful way, and a great grand hospital in Varanasi. Now Ramakrishna Mission Home of Service is such a beautiful institution. Everybody knows in Varanasi, from a taxi driver to rickshaw driver to anybody, you go and ask, where is Kaudi Hospital? Because in that hospital outside on the wall, the Kaudis are there. Kaudis mean Chodis are kept on the wall. So it was called Kaudi Hospital. So that Kaudi Hospital is so famous, and poorest of the poor people can get treatment there, which was not possible in the private hospitals. In this type of service started by Ramakrishna Mission, Home of Service, this Home of Service was not there earlier. The Charu Chandra and this team, they started an organization with different name, and that name was continuing. With that they used to serve. Then 1900, Swami Vivekananda came to Kashi. At that time they all met him. They were very happy to see their leader, you see, and Swamiji was speaking to them, and they explained that what they were doing. Swamiji said, no, don't make it relief services. That was the Home of Relief Services. That was the name they had given. And yes, they had given some name for that. I'm just telling you. Young Men's Relief Association. That relief word was there. Now seeing that, I can tell you how Swamiji was not happy with that word. So he said, look, who are you to give relief? I'm just reading the exact words of Swamiji so that you can understand Swamiji's feeling. He says, who are you to render relief? You can only serve. The pride of rendering relief leads to ruin. How arrogant it is for the part of a man to think another lower and humbler than himself. Service and not mercy should be your guiding principle. No mercy. Because somebody is fallen on the road and you find somebody is suffering, don't show him mercy. Rather, service should be done, seva should be done. So he changed the name as a Home of Service, Seva Shram. Instead of telling health services, we would like to call it, as a Belur website says, it is a Seva Shram movement, as they call it. Very aptly put in the Belur website. This health services or the medical wing of the Ramakrishna Mission comes under the Seva Shram movement. That is the heading that they have given. So this movement continued from there. From Banaras, it went to Kankal. During the wandering days of Swamiji, Swamiji had observed in India so many things. For instance, he has observed how women were trampled upon, how the poor people were trampled upon, how women were not given proper rights, proper education, and so many other things. He found the extreme poverty in India in several places. All those things he has seen. Among them, one of the important things that he has seen in Uttar Kashi, Rishikesh and Haridwar, in those places, sadhus were just dying like ants. They were not given any help. If If a sadhu dies while walking on the street and his dead body is lying there, nobody to take care of. So Swamiji looked at one of his disciples, Kalyanananda. He told him, my boy, go to Haridwar. Look at those sadhus who are not being treated, who are not being given any medicine, and they are allowed to die just like that, and take them and serve them. And Kalyanananda went all the way to Haridwar from Belur Math. And there he started. What he used to do in the recent days, recent means I am telling about 20 years back also, you all know that how Mother Teresa in Calcutta started her service by picking up those people who were fallen on the street place, the side by, they fallen, and nobody to look after them. So she used to bring them and serve. This was initiated by Swamiji long back, 100 years back. When Kalyananda went to Haridwar, he saw what a poor condition of the sadhus. They don't have even a morsel of food to eat. So he took them from the streets, that means cleaned them properly, made them take bath and dried them with towels and gave them oil, put the massage their feet. All these things, this Kalyananda started using. Now, the other sadhus who were rich, who had big mutt, who had great institutions like that, they were all there. They looked at this Swami, what is he doing? Amongst us, he has come from Calcutta and he started doing such mean work. This mean work is meant for the whom? This type of work is done by, if you want to clean a roadside canal, what whom you call? You don't do it yourself. So you call for the particular people who do that work by a caste. So they are considered as the lowest caste in the world. And then the Swami's other monks used to call Kalyanananji belonging to that lowest caste. So in the word Hindi it is used as Bhangi. So they are called Bhangi sadhus. And another Swami was sent from Belur Math, Nishayananda. He went on the order of Swami Vivekananda. So both of them started doing this work, and the Sadhu Samaj secluded these two sadhus not to be accepted in the Sadhu Samaj. You see, now you go to anywhere, any Sadhu Samaj is there. When Ramakrishna Mission monk goes, oh please come like that, they will get up and they will receive you. This was not so in those days. We were considered as a Bhangi sadhus. We are not to be touched, we are not to be talked. Like that we were secluded. At that time this was happening. One great Swami was there. Among that big established mutts also, one Maharaj was there, Dhanraj Giri Maharaj. He knew Swami Vivekananda and he understood what is the principle, the ideas and ideals that we are discussing today of Swami Vivekananda and Sri Ramakrishna. He knew the worth. Once there was a Bhandara. Bhandara means all the sadhus are invited and given food in the noon time. So all the sadhus of that place, Haridwar, they have come. But these two sadhus of the Ramakrishna Mission did not come. They were busy serving their people because they used to do bandage, they used to do everything, all by their hands. It was not like a modern hospital like that. So they used to do. And now they did not come and they were not invited. So why they should go? So they were busy with their work in that ashram. And Dhanrajgiri looked around and he didn't find Kalyanananda and Nishyananda in the group. He said, where are those two monks? Then everyone, other sadhus are looking at each other. They don't want to say the Bhangi sadhus we can't invite. To him they can't say that. So they were looking at each other's face. He understood. Go and bring them. Then only I will start eating, he said. Everybody was stunned. He understood Swamiji's idea of seeing God in man. Makkal Sevai, Mahesan Sevai. Tamil நம்ம சொல்றோம் இல்லையா, எவ்வளவு அழகா சொல்றது. அது சொல்லிட்டு இருக்கோம், ஆனால் பண்றதுக்கிட்ட. இன்னைக்கு கூட ஒரு சுவாமிஜி ரூமுக்கு வந்தார் காலையில். அவர்கிட்ட சொன்னேன், நீ உள்ளே வந்து உட்காண்ட, உன்னை ராமகிருஷ்ணர் தான் இந்த மாதிரி வந்திருக்காருன்னு பார்க்கறதுக்கு போல நான் உன்னை பேரை சொல்லி கூப்பிட்டேன், இந்த சுவாமி அப்படின்னு. எப்படி நமக்கு மனசில் வரல பார். யாராவது பார்த்தானாக்கா இவன் ஒரு அம்மா, இது ஒரு அம்மா, இது ஒரு பையன், இது ஒரு மாமா அப்படின்னு நம்ம பேசிட்டு இருக்கோம். இவர் தான் கடவுள், கடவுள் தான் இந்த ரூபத்தில் வருகிறார் அப்படின்னு நம்ம பேசுகிறோமா? அப்படி இல்லை. நினைக்கிறதில்ல. காரணம் என்ன? அந்த ஐடியா மக்கள் சேவை மகேசன் சேவை அது நமக்கு உள்ளூர ஊறாமல் இது இருக்கிறது, வெறும் பிரெயினில் மாத்திரம் இருக்குது. That's why Swami Vivekananda's ideas are to be not only simply studied, they have to be thought upon. When you are having alone time, think of those ideas. Today I read 4 ideas of Swamiji. What are the consequences can be? If I put into practice, what will be the difficulties? Like that you have to analyze in your mind. Go on cogitating about that idea. Then the idea will go inside the brain. And it will go, will do good to you. Now, this was the history of Benares. Great people have come to Benares and seen. And one day, Sri Mo, as we call him, Sri M in English, who wrote the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. In those days, M was little apprehensive of the Ramakrishna monks doing these type of service activities. He was not very pleased, as Maharaj also pointed out. But he went to Kankal, that Haridwar, and there he met Nishyananda. Nishyananda was very, very obedient to Yam because he knows Yam's worth. He was very greatly close to Sri Ramakrishna, and Ramakrishna loved him so much. So he went, and then he would stand before him with folded hands. So Yam asked, "Hey Nishyananda, you are doing this type of services to the people here. Did Ramakrishna ask us to do these things?" He asked. He said, "I don't know all those things, sir. Swamiji ordered me, go to Haridwar and serve the ailing sadhus. That's all I know. I carry on Swamiji's order. Come what may," he said. Yam was startled. Later, Yam comes to Nishyananda after 2 years. He comes and tells him, "Please excuse me, on that day I didn't understand the mahima of this seva." You see, even Yam had some doubts. That means you can understand, even among the core disciples of Sri Ramakrishna, some disciples had doubts about the seva. But the seva, as you say, has been manifesting it through different channels. And those channels, one of these channels is pranadana. So this pranadana went on. Then it went to, after this one, then Vrindavan hospital came up. That also is very good. How Vrindavan hospital came up is very inspiring stories are there. I am not going into details of those stories. But after that, then in Calcutta, when Swami came from America, he was Swami Dayananda. He saw in America how women are getting proper care and treatment for delivery of their babies. Such wonderful care is given to the women. When he came to India, he saw so many people are dying before birth of their delivery, before the birth of the baby, and he felt very bad. So he started Sishu Mangal, one hospital he started in Calcutta. I should be happily telling you that I was once posted in that Sishu Mangal. For about 6 years I was there. And also, we taking cue from all these institutions, new branches of the Ramakrishna mission came up, and in this pranadana, in this many hospitals came up. One such hospital I cannot but tell you is about Itanagar. Itanagar is for the capital of Arunachal Pradesh. There we got a 250 bedded hospital, and as a great support to us, to me and another Swami who was in charge of the center. At that time, Swami Gautamaji was a great support for us. He was at that time head of Along Center. He used to come to Itanagar and greatly encourage us. That's the beauty. Whoever goes to Gautamaji, they know how he encourages you in your any endeavor that you take up. If you are a good musician, he will say, he will praise you. Wow, what a beautiful singing you do. Intensify that. Like that he says, like Swamiji. So he used to encourage us. And that hospital, you see, it is the best hospital in the whole of Arunachal Pradesh. Yes. Likewise, hospital after hospital, clinics, outside clinics, and at other areas also we have been progressing well. And I should say, recently our manager Maharaj was telling, in one place called Mayu, where the poorest of the poor tribal people are being taken care of by the Chennai Math. One girl has come up she is going to appear for the IAS examination. Their generations have not gone to school, but this girl has come up so wonderfully. She is now ready to do public service examination. See the progress of the nation. So the nation is progressing very well in all the spheres. Thank you for giving me an opportunity to speak to all of you. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tassat. Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. Oh yes. Oh, Revered Maharaj is telling me, why don't you tell the Ranchi experience? Yes, in Ranchi also we have a very beautiful tuberculosis sanatorium. You know, people would not be going to a tuberculosis patient. If a patient is detected as tuberculosis, then what they do, you know, in Jharkhand, they would put him outside the veranda. Nobody would go to him. Our Swamis used to, in 1950s, used to go there. Those patients were brought to the hospital and served and nursed.
Even Shashi Maharaj?
Yes. Shashi Maharaj also, our Shashi Maharaj of Chennai Math, he was, in the last 2 years, he suffered from tuberculosis and he passed away with that. So, you saying the tuberculosis sanatorium was a very good, it's the best hospitals for tuberculosis in India. The central government has recognized it, and I was given opportunity to stay there for 12 years. So that way, Maharaj is coming. Thank you, Maharaj.